Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Coffee with Carl. I am your host, Carl Zoellner. I'm one of the attorneys here with Anderson Business Advisors. Thanks for joining me for another episode here. I was watching the news this weekend, and I was in Southern California, and I saw there was a big I believe 350 or 550 that was stolen, and it had Montana plates. And the news was mentioning, well, lots of expensive cars have Montana plates. It's all part of a tax scheme. I said, oh, well, that's interesting. I'm sure lots of people had the same questions that many of the viewers did about, well, why would somebody register a vehicle in Montana? So I'm going to go through a couple or answer that for you on why they do it. Number two is if it's a good idea, and also how to do it if you were going to do it. So number one is if you're going to do this strategy, or most online law firms that'll tell you how to do it or suggest doing it, they're going to tell you to set up a Montana LLC, register it in the state of Montana. I would think preferably to have a business nexus in Montana if you really want to make it make sense. You then buy the vehicle in the name of that LLC, and by purchasing that vehicle in Montana, here's that second part. The best part about Montana is they don't have sales tax. So when you purchase a vehicle there, you're saving a ton of money in sales tax, especially when you purchase a very expensive vehicle. So for any of you who've been, driven around town and said, oh, that's a nice Ferrari. Why does it have a Montana plate? I was actually found myself in Salt Lake City and saw the same thing. It was like, Montana, weird. I saw a couple of them, and I looked at it too, and I was like, oh, I know what's going on here. Yep, no sales tax. So the third piece, so number one was you would buy it in an LLC in Montana. So that's how you would do it. Number two is, why do they do it? Because you can save on sales tax and registration. And Montana also doesn't have inspections, so it's not like you have to drive it to Montana to get the vehicle inspected. Number three is, when we talk about should you do it, my opinion would be no. There's a few things. Number one is sales tax is generally due where you reside. So you're doing your best basically by setting up an LLC to say that the business resides there and you're just using the vehicle personally for the business. Pretty thin argument. You can even Google IRS cases on it. They say, nice try, but no. Number two is it's pretty difficult to get insurance, or if the insurance company figures out what you're doing, they can deny your claim because you would be having a Montana registered vehicle, and if you're in California, you're driving the vehicle almost 100% in California, it doesn't really pass muster. I do know there are some insurance companies that are aware of this for very high-end vehicles and will allow you to insure it, but ultimately you're sort of poking the bear there that if you've got a very expensive vehicle, whether it's a car, whether it's an RV, something like that, and you don't actually reside in Montana, you're sort of poking the bear there with your local state government as well as the IRS that you would owe some money. So my suggestion would be don't do it. There's even states that have, well, I know in California, they even have a anonymous way to report your neighbor. If you see they have an expensive vehicle, most states would want that information. So there's a lot of states out there. I read an article that there was even a state, I believe it was Massachusetts, who had police patrols going through RV parks trying to flag folks with Montana plates. So it's one of those items. Most are aware of it. It's been popular in the news recently. Like I said, I saw a high-speed chase here in Southern California with one such vehicle that was titled in Montana. So I figured I'd make a video because it's interesting. We do get the question from time to time, especially for those who have, nice RVs or toy haulers or say even some expensive cars as well. Should I be titling it in Montana? The conservative side of me says no, but I thought it was important to say why people do, and it's to save money. Save money, save taxes, but ultimately, my opinion would be you're sort of setting yourself up for a larger issue down the road. So hopefully this was helpful. This is interesting. It's a little sort of outside of the scope of what we normally talk about, but I thought it was a fun subject to approach. As always, please keep taking advantage of all of our free content out there. Toby does a great job with Tax Tuesday. We've got Tony Covey with Tony Talks, a ton of great content from Clint and Michael, and of course, all of our online and live classes are always great as well. So until next time, it was a pleasure having you all again. Thanks for joining me with Coffee with Carl, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Thank you.